Hi everyone, how you all doing? I hope you're doing great. It's your favorite CAD added best of Delta. Alright, so today we're going to be looking at another exercise. As you can see, I have my PDF document already open. If you are yet to download this PDF document, there is a link in the description of this video where you can download this PDF document. And lest I forget, if you are here on my channel for the first time, do not hesitate to click on the subscription button and also hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when next I post a video. Alright, so quickly to the business of today. We're going to be looking at exercise 5. Exercise 5, yes. In the previous video we looked at exercise 4. Well, if you are a whole timer here, and I want to say a very big thank you for hanging around. You're doing great. So today we'll be looking at exercise 5, and by virtue of this exercise 5, we might not be looking at new stuff really. We also will be looking at layers again. We'll look at offset and trim, and possibly a new one new item or command called rotate. Alright, so let's delve into the business of today. I'll go to my CAD. I have my AutoCAD already opened up. Okay, depending on any you can use any version for this tutorial. So once you have your AutoCAD open up like this, a screen like this will show up in your device, whatever device you're using. So you go to new, you click on new. Alright, for the purpose of this tutorial, not minding the location you're watching from, you click on AutoCAD ISO. Alright, just double click on AutoCAD ISO using your mouse. So the AutoCAD environment open us in this form. Alright, so back to our PDF document. Looking at our PDF document here, I hope you can see the PDF document. Okay, so the length, we want to start off from this rectangular shape of the entire shape. We want to start off from this rectangular shape with length 150 and width 120. Alright, so in order to do, I will have to create layers. Okay, we'll have to create layers called construction layers. So go back to CAD. Alright, so in order to create a new layer, you go to layers toolbar, you click on layers property, double click on it, the dialog box open up in this form. Alright, so you right click on your mouse, and then you click on new, scroll down to where you have new, click on new. Okay, so we'll name this layer construct 1. Okay, then we'll change, we don't want the lines of our layer, okay, to be the same color with our main layer, so we'll have to change the layer color. You go to the column where you have layer here, then click on the small box right beside the layers, the construct layers. You click on it. Once you do that, this dialog box called select color shows up. So we'll change it. For the purpose of this tutorial, we are using cyan for our construction line, so you click on cyan, then you click OK. Alright, so in order to make the construct one our current layer, you scroll down to where you have the console, you double click on it. Right, it now becomes with this good sign here beside it. It then means we are now on the construct 1 layer. So we'll close down this dialog box. Okay, so we want to create construction line. So you go to your draw toolbar, you click on the drop down menu of the draw toolbar, then you click on construction line. Right, once you click on construction line, I want to start off drawing from our origin, so you type in 0,0, then press enter. Alright, it's a little bit down to the left, so I have to zoom in order to see where the origin starts from. Okay, so that's our origin right there. It locks to the UCS icon. That is where our origin is. Okay, so you see the way where I move the cursor to the vertical, it locks to the vertical at 90 degrees. Then I move it to the horizontal, it locks to the horizontal at 0 degrees. That is possible because I have the polar tracking turned on. At the bottom right of your screen, you have what we call the polar tracking. Okay, so you might want to turn it on in your own AutoCAD environment. So ensure it's turned on. So we'll need vertical construction line and a horizontal construction. So I'll lock it to the horizontal at 0°. Okay, take because you lock it to horizontal. You see the way it locks there. Alright, so you click on it to lock a construction line to the horizontal. Then we'll go to the vertical as well, lock it to the vertical at 90°. Okay, that is it. So we'll have both our horizontal and vertical construction line. Okay, you look at the point of the origin here where my cursor is right now. You see that the UCS icon is kind of getting on the way, so we need to get rid of it. We need to get it out of the way. In order to do that, you go to where you have the UCS icon, click on it, then click on it by using the left button on your mouse, then you right click. Okay, then you scroll down, a dialog box comes, so you scroll down to the bottom of the options, to the very bottom, okay, of the options you have on this dialog box where you have UCS icon settings. All right, so you place your cursor on it, then another dialog box shows up here, so showing you that show UCS icon at origin is highlighted, so you deselect it. Okay, so we have gotten rid of the UCS icon right there at that point. All right, so we need to move our construction line, our origin, to the center of our drawing. So we have to pan a little to bring it to the center of the screen. Okay, so you go to the right hand side of your screen, you click on the pan tool. Okay, click on it, then you hold the left button on your mouse and you drag to the right in order to centralize our origin. Okay, like that way. All right, do it that way. Okay, that is it. So you press the escape key on a keyboard to exit the command. So we'll go back to our PDF document. All right, the length of the rectangle, we are starting off from this rectangle. Okay, so the length of this rectangle is 150 according to the dimension we have in our PDF document, is 150 by 120. So we have to offset lines. Okay, we have to offset the vertical at a distance of 150 and offset the horizontal at a distance of 120. All right, so let's do that. Back to CAD. All right, so still on the construction layers. Okay, so you go to offset, click on offset, then you type in the offset distance. First of all, we are offsetting the vertical construction line, so type in a distance of 150, then you press enter on your keyboard. All right, so you click on the vertical construction line, you offset to the right. Okay, you tell the AutoCAD environment the direction you want your offset line to be by moving your cursor to the right or to the left. So we want it to be to the right of our construction line, so we'll move the cursor to the right. Okay, then you click anywhere around the screen in order to offset. Then you see that it's still very small, not that very visible, so we have to zoom out. All right, so how do you zoom out? Press escape key to exit the offset command first. Okay, so press the escape key to exit the offset command. So to zoom out, you can use the roller button on your mouse. Okay, to zoom out, so we just roll it down upwards. Okay, in order to zoom out, roll it upwards, then we'll pan a little bit to bring back our drawing to the center. Okay, it's still very small, so we have to continue zooming out, then still pan to centralize it, zoom again. Okay, I guess this size is okay for now, so we'll use this distance. So we still need to offset the horizontal construction line at a distance of 120. So let's do that. Click on offset at the modified toolbar, click on offset, then type in the offset distance 120, press enter on your keyboard, and you click on the horizontal construction line. Actually, that is it. So we'll have within this box, this is where we are going to be having our rectangle. Okay, so we are done with offsetting the construction line we need to get this rectangle. So we'll go back to our main layer, go to layers toolbar, click on the drop down menu of the layers toolbar where my cursor is right now. Click on it, then you select the zero layer, that's our main layer, select it. Okay, so you will now draw the rectangle proper. So you go to your draw toolbar, you click line. Okay, that way. All right, so start up from this point to draw in our rectangle at this point of intersection of the construction lines where my cursor is right now. Click on it. Okay, then you type in the distance 120. Right, Like so, you can just, without typing in the distance, you can just click at the point of intersection of this construction line. Since it already has the dimension of our rectangle, just click on this point of intersections. Alright, that didn't go well, so you press Ctrl Z on our keyboard to redo the action. Okay, so you click on this point of intersection, ensure it locks to that point of intersection. Okay, you click on it, then back to this end. Now we have our rectangle. Right, so back to our PDF document. Alright, so we have another yes, a kind of rectangle that is fixed into this other rectangle, and the width of this rectangle is 45 and the length is 120. So in order to do this, we have to see offset. Okay, we have to offset from these rectangles, the rectangle we have already. We have to offset from the top of the rectangle. We have to offset at a distance of 30 degrees, and from the other vertical construction line, we have to offset at a distance, yes, we have to, okay, yes, we have to offset at a distance of 45 degrees in order to get the length and width of this rectangle fixed into the other. Alright, so let's do that. Go to modify tool and click on offset, type in distance of 30. Okay, then we'll offset this horizontal line. Okay, place it on there, click on it at a distance. Okay, this is the length of this is a construction line that will give us the length of the rectangle is fixed into this other rectangle. So we have to see the from our PDF document. Okay, the width of this rectangle is 45. So alright, so we'll offset this horizontal construction line at a distance of 45. Okay, so go to modify, click on offset, then type in distance of 45, press enter on your keyboard to offset this horizontal line. Okay, so we have these construction lines here. Alright, so in order to back to PDF document, alright, as you can see, this the second rectangle is almost at the midpoint of the first rectangle, so we have to locate the midpoint of this bigger rectangle. Alright, so with a length of 150, the midpoint should be at 75, at a distance of 75. If yes, it's 75. So we'll offset. Okay, we'll offset this vertical line here, we'll offset it at a distance of 75 to the right. That will give us the midpoint of the first bigger rectangle. So go to modify, click on offset, type in 75, press enter on your keyboard, then click on this, yes, where my cursor is right now, click on this vertical construction line. Alright, so then offset to the right at a distance of 75, and that gives us the midpoint of our bigger rectangle. Okay, so back to our PDF document. So the length of this smaller rectangle is at the distance of 120. So we'll offset, back to CAD, so we'll offset this middle construction line, okay, vertical construction line, at a distance of 120 to the left. So we go to modify tool, click on offset, type in 120, sorry, type in 120 and press enter on your keyboard. Then we'll offset this vertical construction line to the left. That's it. Alright, so we'll now draw in the we'll draw in this vertical and horizontal lines of the rectangle. So let's do that. Back to CAD, go to draw toolbar, then click line, then start now from this midpoint, drawing your line, ensure your cursor locks to the point of intersection of these construction lines. Then you click on this point of construction lines, like so, just like I'm doing it now. Alright, so you click on these points, press escape to exit the command. Then in order to re-enter the previous command, you press the space bar on your keyboard. Okay, then you lock onto this point of intersection, then draw in the other length of the rectangle. So that is it. Now we are done with this construction line, so we need to get rid of them. It's kind of getting on the way, so we can get rid of this construction line. So just click on them to highlight them. Just click on the construction lines. So that is, then press delete on your keyboard. So that is it. Now as you can see from this direction, back to our PDF document, see there is no line there. Okay, so we have to get rid of this. We have to get rid of this line here in between this rectangle. So in order to do that, we use our trim tool. So you go to the modify toolbar, click on trim, then press enter to select every object on the model space. Okay, then you go to the line you want to trim, you want to get rid of, place your cursor right on the line, then you click your left button on your mouse. That way. All right, so we've gotten rid of that. So we'll make progress to the next line. So now we want to draw in this shape here. Okay, we want to draw in this shape. As you can see, there is an angle of about 150 degrees between the horizontal of this smaller rectangle and this line that is inclined at an angle of 150 degrees. So let's do that. At first, we'll have to, before we consider that angle, we'll have to draw in this other rectangle, complete this rectangle at a distance of 150. Yes, at a distance of 150 degrees. Then put this cutout, a kind of, yes, an indentation or so, indentation, sorry, or should I call it keyway. Okay, so we have to draw in this at 0 degrees before we consider rotating it to this angle of 150 degrees. So let's do that. Okay, back to CAD. We have to offset this line at a distance of 450. So go to modify, click on offset, type in the offset distance 150, press enter. So we are offsetting this vertical construction line, so we'll click on it. We're offsetting it to the left. Okay, at the distance of 150, just like that. Okay, so we'll go to draw toolbar, you click line, then ensure your cursor locks to that point. So we are continuing this line from the end point of this length of the smaller rectangle. So you ensure the cursor locks to this end point, then you click on it using the left button on your mouse, then drag it down to this point of intersection. So you click on the point of intersection of this construction line. That is the dimension of our rectangle. Okay, like so. Alright, so we'll press the escape key on your keyboard to exit it. Now back to our PDF document. In order to get this indentation, this keyway also, we have looking at it, you find out that this indentation is right at the middle of this horizontal line. So we have to offset. Okay, back to CAD, we have to locate the midpoint. Okay, the midpoint of this horizontal line that is highlighted. So we go to yes, we go back to our construction layer, go to layers toolbar, click on the draw down menu of the bar, click on construct one. All right, so you go to the draw toolbar, click on the drop down menu of the draw toolbar, you click on construction line. All right, so we'll locate the point. You see the way it locks to the midpoint of this horizontal line. That is because I have the object snap turned on. So ensure the object snap is turned on. Okay, so we'll click at that midpoint. That's what we want. So we click on it, then we'll lock our construction line at 90 degrees. Okay, to the verticals, 90 degrees. So we click on it. Now we have the midpoint. Back to our PDF document. Now that indentation has a length of, yes, it has a length of 30 and width of 15. So we have to, back to CAD, so we have to offset this mid construction line on both sides at a distance of 15 in order to get the entire length of this indentation. Then offset the horizontal, yes, we will offset this horizontal construction line at a distance of 15 in in order to get the width of the indentation. So let's do that. Go to modify toolbar, you click on offset. At a distance, type in distance of 15. Okay, press enter. Then we offset to both sides of this vertical construction line. So let's do that. Click on construction line, you offset to the right, then we also offset the vertical construction line to the left as well at a distance of 15 respectively. Okay, so we've done that. Now let's offset the horizontal to a distance of 15. So you type in 15 and press enter on your keyboard, then offset at a distance of 15. Now this box right here, okay, this box right here is the length and width of our indentation. So we'll go back to our main layer, press the escape key on keyboard to exit the offset command. Escape. Then you go back to our layers toolbar, select our main layer in order to join the major line we need for that indentation. All right, so ensure your cursor locks to this point of intersection. Okay, lock it to that point of intersection, and then you draw down, join the point of intersections together to get our indentation, like so, just like. All right, so you press escape on your keyboard to exit the command. Now we are done with this construction line, so we need to get rid of them. So we just align them by clicking on the construction lines. Okay, click on them like so. All right, click on the construction lines and you press delete on your keyboard. Press delete on your keyboard. That is it. All right, so as you can see, we don't need this line here. Okay, this indentation is not closed, so we need to get rid of this line here. So how do we do that? We use the trim command. Okay, from our PDF where there's no line there, so we need to get rid of that horizontal line. Okay, so in order to do that, we use the trim command. So back to CAD, go back to CAD, then you go to modify toolbar, you click on the trim tool, press enter on the keyboard to select every object on the model space. Then you go to the line you want to get rid of, place your cursor right above it, then you press the left button on your mouse. Right, that should do it. Now we've gotten rid of that line. Alright, so we made progress. The next up is to get this angle. Okay, we have to incline this other rectangle at an angle of 150 degrees. Okay, so how do we do that? All right, looking at this drawing, you'll find out that yes, at this point, from this very point, this vertical construction line, if you have to consider this vertical construction line and this horizontal line here, you agree with me that the angle between these two lines is at 90 degrees. It's at 90 degrees. Yes, it's at 90 degrees. So in order to get, and the angle that's supposed to be between this line and this other, this third rectangle here with this indentation, is supposed to be at 150 degrees. So you take away 90 degrees, since we have 90 degrees here between these points here, these two lines, since we already have 90 degrees now, you take away 90 degrees from 150 degrees, what will be left? Yes, 60. Yes, 60 will be left. So it then means that this line, okay, this third rectangle has to be inclined at an angle of 60 degrees. At an angle of 60 degrees, yes. So we have to rotate this third rectangle here at an angle of 60 degrees. We rotate it in such a way that the angle between these points, this very base horizontal line of the third rectangle and this vertical construction line will be at 60 degrees. Okay, here it will be at 60 degrees. Then so that when we sum it up together, we'll have the actual angle we need between this line, which is 150 degrees. Okay, so let's do that. So you also agree with me that between this horizontal construction, horizontal line of this third rectangle and this vertical construction line is also 90 degrees. Okay, but what we need here is 60 degrees. So you take away 60 degrees from 90 degrees, what will be left? 30 degrees. Yes, 30 degrees. So it that means the base of this, yes, this third rectangle should be inclined at an angle of 30 degrees in order to get what the 60 degrees that is required here. Okay, so we'll rotate this third rectangle at, yes, at an angle of 30 degrees. That is it. So go to modify toolbar, you click on rotate. Yes, click on rotate at modify toolbar. Where my cursor is right now, I was too fast to escape. Press escape to exit the command. Go to the modify toolbar at the top of your screen, then you click on rotate. Where my cursor is right now, click on rotate, like so. Then you select the object you want to rotate. We want to rotate this third rectangle, so we'll select everything here, ensure that it's highlighted. Alright, so you click anywhere around close to the rectangle, then you drag down using your mouse. Okay, you see that all the lines of the third rectangle are highlighted, and you press the left button on your keyboard too. Then you press enter on your keyboard. That is, we'll have it selected. Then we'll have to specify the base point of our rotation. Okay, so you take the cursor, where my cursor is right now, place it at this very point, lock it down to that point of the end point of these two lines. Then you click on it. That is our point. Okay, then you drag, then you type in the rotation angle, which is 30 degrees. Type in rotation angles at 30 degrees. Type it 30 degrees and press enter on your keyboard. That is it. Now you see that these lines are kind of extended above the point is supposed to be the point of intersection. So okay, so we still need to make use of the trim command in order to get these lines of extension. Okay, get rid of the lines of extension. So you go back to the modify toolbar, then you click on trim. Yes, click enter on your keyboard to select every object on the model space, like so. Then you go to the lines you want to get rid of, you click on it, like so. Click on the lines you want to get rid of. That is it. Now we are done with this drawing. Alright, so these construction lines are kind of getting on the way to seeing our major lines, so we have to turn off the construction lines. How do we do that? Go to layers toolbar. Yes, go to layers toolbar, click on the drop down menu of the layers toolbar, then you click on this light bulb beside the construct one to turn off the construction lines. Click on it using the left button on your mouse. That way you've turned off the construction lines. Okay, so that is this is our shape right here. So let's do some comparison. Let's go back to our PDF document. We'll see if we actually arrive at the shape we are designing. I guess we did. So the next step is to input our dimension. We have to put in our dimension lines. Let's try a little to centralize our drawing. Okay, so press escape to exit the command. Now we have to put in the dimension line, so we'll create a new layer called the dimension layer. Go to your layers toolbar, click on layers property, then right click. A dialog box comes up in this manner, then you right click using the left right button on your mouse. Okay, click on new layer, then name the layer dimension layer. Okay, sorry, dimension layer, then press enter. Alright, so we'll choose the color of our dimension lines by clicking on this little box. I was fast with that. Let's go back. Alright, so after naming it, in order to choose the color of our dimension lines, we click on the little box, this white box beside our dimension layer. Okay, click on it. A dialog box comes up called the select color. The dialog box is known as select color, so we can choose the color of our dimension line. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to use blue as the color of our construction lines. You click on blue, select blue, then you click OK. That way, then in order to make the dimension layer our current layer, you go to the dimension layer, where you place your cursor right above it, then you double click. Alright, the dimension line then becomes our current layer. Then we can close this dialog box. Where my cursor is right now, I click on it to close the dialog box. Alright, so we can go and start dimension. Alright, so to dimension, you go to annotation at the top of your screen. Where my cursor is right now, you click on dimension. Alright, so in order to get this linear dimensions, you click on both ends of the line to get it, or you can just place the cursor right above the line to get the dimension like so. All right, as you can see, the dimension test is very little, so we have to make it more visible. So how do we do that? You go to annotation, click on the drop down menu of the annotation toolbar, click on it, then you click on the second option there called dimension style. Yes, click on dimension style. Then here at the dimension style, at the to the right you have the modify tab, so you click on the modify tab, click on it. All right, so we want to increase the visibility of the test dimensions test, so we'll go to test tab. All right, click on test tab. So here at the test tab we'll have what we call the test height. Okay, we can change it to 5 or probably 7 to increase the test height. Okay, once you've done that, then you click OK. Now once you change the whatever changes you make, you look at the preview screen there at this dialog box, you see that you see the effect of the changes you make. So if you are not okay with it, you can still go ahead and increase the test height further. Once you're done, you come over to this you click on the close. All right, so as you can see, the test is better off now, so we can work with this. All right, so let's continue with our dimensioning. All right, so you click on the lines you want to dimension on both ends of the lines, then drag out a little up outwards to position your dimension lines like so. All right, so yes, I'm missing anything. All right, here next up is here. All right, here, drag it up a little bit to get the width of this indentation. All right, click on this like so. That's the length, so we'll dimension the width as well. It's 15. That's correct. Let's put in this here 45. Okay, yes, you still need to put this. Yes, that didn't go well, so press Ctrl Z on your keyboard to reduce the distortion. Okay, so in order to if you don't like the position of your text, you can go to the dimension and click on it. Yes, you click on it, then you double click, then you can move your text to whatever position you seem fit. Okay, then you click on it. That's it. That should do it. I guess that is better now. All right, so let's still put in the dimension of between this base and to this very point. Okay, that will save us the machinist some stress. Okay, so let's do that. Yes, 45. No, let's put it in the other direction. We kind of get on the way of the angular dimension we need at that point. So let's get rid of this. Click on it and press delete on your keyboard. Go back to dimension, click on both ends of the lines you want to dimension. Yes, like so. Yeah, 45. All right, so we still need the angular dimension. Okay, we can do that. Press the escape key, then you go to the annotation toolbar. Here where my cursor is right now, have what we have selected here is the linear dimension, but we want to input angular dimension, so we click on the drop down menu of this linear dimension, click on it, then we select angular dimension, click on it to select it. Okay, then you click on dimension at the annotation toolbar, then we'll go to the lines you want to dimension. You click on the lines, the both lines you want the angle to be. All right, so right there is a angle at exactly 150 degrees. That is it. So this was easy, right? So yes, it was easy. So what did we look at today? We didn't really look at pretty much new stuff today. We just a kind of this, should I say, this is a kind of revision class. We only looked at layers. We made use of the offset command. We made use of the trim command. The only new stuff we did today was rotate. Was the yes, rotate, the rotation command, rotate command. Yes, that's the only new stuff we looked at today. So thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe.